Hi folks, in today's video tutorial I'm going to show you how to model a complicated Revolve feature with a complicated shape. And we will split this shape to the half, so we will create a half of the shape and then mirror the full feature, because then will be much more complicated to do it in the sketch for Revolve. So let's have a look, yeah? Jump to Creo and we will create new 3D model. For example TT01 and confirm OK. I can switch on the datum plane and we can see that we have three default datum planes, front, top and right. Over here we would like to create a new Revolve feature, and for example sketch plane will be front. Now we don't need to see these features, so we can switch off the planes. Now we would like to create a center line, and the center line will be for the revolving feature. So over here in the datum it's a center line, and we will create a center line for mirror feature. And let's start to create the base shape. So over here I will really start to create the shape, and we can say that everything will be aligned. But as you can see, the system is not able to align this line with me. So best practice is, if you will create the construction mode, you will apply the construction mode, you will create necessary line and will be only dotted line. And now everything is on the straight line, and if I will switch off the construction mode, I can continue with the standard line creation. So now everything is really on the same side, and we will drive this thickness based on only one dimensions, because everything is aligned with this construction line. The best practice is for the Revolve feature, if you will use the closed section, so please close the section. And now is necessary to create all necessary dimension. For the Revolve feature, if you create a dimension, you can select dimension and then create, for example, this internal diameter, and it's necessary select entity, axis, entity and middle button. And as you can see, now the dimensions are really huge. So what does it mean? The best way is, if you will right now select everything, and from the layout menu you can select the modified, and this default value what is 249 for me right now, you can use the log scale and set that you would like to have only the 2. When the log scale is activated, everything will be scaled and the internal diameter will be really only 2 inch. All other dimensions are changed and the sketch looks really good. Yeah, so you see that everything was scaled, and you can start to build the new dimensions. This is the weak dimension, so they will be removed, or you can reuse it. So it's up to you. If the all dimensions are okay, you can reuse it, or simple, you can select your custom one. So I prefer to create my custom one, because the position I can set with the middle button. Yeah, so I don't care about these weak dimensions, and we will create and continue with the dimensions. So from the point, axis and point and middle button, it's the another value, and we can simply to continue with the selection 3 entities. Doesn't matter if you will select point, axis, point and middle button, or if you will select the axis, point, axis and middle button. And also the last one is this one, so we can select, and it's good enough. We will check. Okay, all the dimensions are there. Now we have to specify the thickness of the material, but we would like to mirror in the future, so it's better if you will use the sketching and center line. And for the center line you will use the dimensions creation. So again, for the dimension I will specify that entity, axis, entity and middle button. And the system would like to delete some constraint, so this vertical, maybe we can try to delete. Yeah, seems that was the problematic, that over there was the overview information. And also over here we would like the thickness of the rib, so entity, axis, entity and middle button, and one dimension is more as needed. So I think that over there is some equals. Yeah, so give me a second, I will use the undo, and maybe this one is not okay. Yeah, I think that for this I don't want to have a same angle and same parallel shape, so we have to specify new dimensions and create dimension, axis, dimension and middle button, and now it's possible to specify the rib. So as you can see, the system always check if the sketch is full constraint. If yes, then system is not allowed to you to create additional dimensions. Yeah, so you have to be also careful with the perpendicularity or additional constraints. Okay, last but not least is the angle, which I miss here. It's a 7 degree, and it's not possible to select there. So I can select this line, but over here I'm not able to select nothing. Yeah, so really I miss some line here. So again, maybe it will be better if we will create a center line, or you can create also construction mode and create standard line. But I think that for this example, I will prefer to use the center line from the sketch, and then we are able to create dimension between these two new entities. So select the middle button, and you will see all necessary info. Again, we have here something what is not going well. So let's have a look. What is the issue? Maybe we can use the dim reference. The system will create for us the reference dimensions, and later we can check it. Maybe I have to again change and delete some preferences from the constraints. Let's have a look. We can try to change dimension one by one. Yep. So it will be 2, 3, 25, 377, and so on. So let's try to continue. The 2 is here, so this one is okay. 3.25. I will show you what will be happen. Yep, something happened what you don't like. And over here you can see that again the system is working same and use the same equal value. So which one? This is the reason why the angle was not possible to create. Yes, so simple. I will use the undo. Now I am able to delete this equal constraint, and when this constraint is deleted, I think that we are able to create new dimensions for the angle. There will be no more issue. Yeah, still some issue. Dim reference, we can reuse it again, and we can try to check what is possible to change. If the below values are not possible to change, we can try to check out the dimensions and try to set up all necessary info, and this one will be 9, and try to check 8.5. This one will be 3.75, and this one will be 3.25. And what is not good, you see here that we have still some equal. Yeah, so again, maybe it will be better if I will use the new line, and we will delete unnecessary shape. And let's try if the angle is possible to create. As you can see, it's a really complicated shape, and the created one by one is a little bit complicated. Yes, so the thickness is 3, that's okay, and over here was 0.38. So when I will check, I think that every dimensions are set as in the section in the sketch here. Looks good. And we are able to confirm OK. When we will finish, our shape is created, and when you will use the mirror feature, what does it mean? You can select the main name and then use function mirror. If you will confirm, and confirm with the middle button, the final shape is created and you are able to create the drawing and continue with the daily work. In this video tutorial, you have seen that sometimes it's really complicated to specify the difficult shape and modify the shape and create a proper value. Yeah, so many times the system would like to describe the shape because it's a little bit complicated, and then you spend a lot of minutes to investigate where is the issue, if you have a problem with the constraint or with the dimensions, or what are additional problems. If you are new with Creo, you are not able to finish your sketch. So in the second video tutorial, I will show you how to do it properly, maybe faster, maybe quicker, with the less issues. Yeah, so thank you for this and see you later. Bye. Vladimir.